Today, I'm going to talk about the book of the Retrograde. In the last video, we introduced the whole retrograde. And today we're going to look at the first of the 7 steps to become a retrograde. Self-consciousness deconstruction is also the most important concept in the retrograde model. And it is only possible to accept new information when this is done. When we have a conversation, people around us, he must have been a gold spoon. With the money he saved up, he can do business. Everyone who made money from real estate is either a speculator or a fraud. Bill Gates, you're lucky enough to become a billionaire with a successful show. I don't understand why everyone is praising Warren Buffett as a sage. Didn't he just make money from stocks? He's just a speculator sucking the blood of ants. You can often see articles like this or related comments. However, most of these words contain a rationalization that makes you feel rejected by someone who is better than you, and you don't want to admit that you are worse than you. The author of this book once did. Most people play with the ropes it controls like puppets of self-consciousness. You have to break this rope to move forward with freedom. The author gives an example of a genius robot named Jieun. Jieun has a human appearance and has the power to think for herself, so she can reflect on herself. Jieun naturally believes that she is special and that she is human. However, she is shocked when she sees the design plan and learns that she is driven by the robot's environment. We humans are not much different from robots called Jieun. It is said that it is controlled by the nature and environment set by genes, with self-consciousness that protects itself from shaking the hierarchy. The author sees a lot of people trapped in self-consciousness in love, counseling cases, and tells the sad things of missing out on all opportunities for romance in the end. Of course, human self-consciousness is a necessary being to seal and protect wounds. But when you look at life broadly, it's also the main culprit that deprives and ruins freedom. Only one of people admit their ugly parts to self-consciousness, because our minds are designed to be extremely sensitive to self-damaging. It is emphasized that only when this self-consciousness is dismantled can psychologically be stabilized, and repeated failures can be turned into success. Quite a lot of unhappiness and poverty comes from loving me so much. Even if you are smart when you are young, you cannot develop your natural talents and degenerate. People who are always prepared with excuses that you can't. These people are called self-conscious. Zombies and stress that they should be the ones who break it up. Deconstruction of self-consciousness is possible through 3 steps: exploration, recognition, and transformation. Exploration: observe your mood changes, and check where this feeling comes from. Exploration allows me to see my childish self and afford to accept new things. Acknowledging, look objectively at the reasons for the change of mood, and admit it in comparison to your current situation. In fact, many people find this stage difficult. I feel like I'm hurting my pride too. Transition, create action plans to relieve one's inferiority complex through recognition and use this as an opportunity for change. I think this develops into positive thinking. Changes occur when self-consciousness is dismantled through these 3 stages. It is said that it helps you become emotionally healthy, greatly improves your learning ability, and increases your decision-making ability. Therefore, the artist emphasizes that the dissolution of self-consciousness is the first step in becoming a retrogressor. Because if this does not work, nothing will be realized in the future. I mentioned the harmful effects of self-consciousness earlier, but one of them is projecting self-consciousness. Most human beings often use others as their role models in their lives. When you are young, you are parents, and when you are in school, You are the top student in the school, or you are good at sports. However, this identification phenomenon is naturally overcome as you become an adult. But there are many people who can't get out of it even when they become adults. The author calls this projecting self-consciousness. These people project their egos onto other objects and turn away from the insignificant reality. The reality is a gutter, someone who only plays games all night. A college student who posts photos of desserts on Instagram every day. A man who doesn't spend time with his family because he goes hiking and riding a bike every weekend. These people are common around us, and this eats away time that is more important to him than money. It seems like something is being achieved, but in fact, it is nothing more than becoming a Pavlov's dog and continuing to press the compensation circuit in his head. In other words, it is the life of the netriza itself, mentioned in the previous video. Even now, if you are trapped in this self-consciousness, you must realize it. Breaking self-consciousness is the first step toward becoming a retrograde. Then you must try to break up your self-consciousness in earnest. It's better to think about it after moving into action, rather than thinking, "Can I do it?" I hope that everyone will gain freedom by becoming a retrogressor who practiced this. For those of you who watched this video, it would have been a better day than yesterday. In the next episode, we'll go to the second of the 7 retrograde steps, the process of creating identity.